In the world of fighting games, franchises like Street Fighter, Tekken and Mortal Kombat tend to dominate the conversation. But there's one series that revolutionised the genre, setting standards that are still felt to this day: Virtua Fighter by SEGA. Today we'll dive into its groundbreaking history, its impact on gaming and where it stands today, with the latest news from SEGA just last week. The story begins in 1993 when Sega AM2, led by the legendary Yu Suzuki, released the original Virtua Fighter. At the time, fighting games were dominated by 2D titles like Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat, but Sega took a bold step, introducing the first fully 3D fighting game to the arcade scene. With its cutting-edge graphics powered by the Model 1 arcade hardware, Virtua Fighter looked like nothing else. But for the first time, players could move in 3 dimensions, delivering a fresh and realistic experience. The game also introduced a roster of fighters inspired by real-world martial arts, from karate and kung fu to sumo wrestling. Virtua Fighter wasn't just about button mashing, it rewarded precision, timing and strategy. Virtua Fighter wasn't just a great game, it was a pioneer. Its success inspired competitors like Tekken, Dead or Alive and Soul Edge. The series laid the groundwork for 3D fighting games, introducing mechanics like ring outs, realistic physics and advanced motion capture techniques. But Virtua Fighter's influence wasn't limited to fighting games, it also shaped Sega's hardware strategy. The success of the arcade version led to its port to the Sega Saturn, helping showcase the console's 3D capabilities. Even Sony's PlayStation used Virtua Fighter's impact as a benchmark for its own 3D gaming ambitions. Sega followed up in 1994 with Virtua Fighter 2, an even bigger leap forward. Powered by the Model 2 hardware, the game featured smoother animations, better graphics and an expanded moveset. Many fans still consider it the peak of the series, and I for one am one of those fans. Virtua Fighter 2 wasn't just an arcade hit, it also saw a stellar port to the Sega Saturn, further solidifying its legacy. For many, this was the game that truly cemented Virtua Fighter as a legend, and I spent many an hour playing Virtua Fighter 2 on my Sega Saturn. As gaming evolved, so did Virtua Fighter. The series embraced new hardware, pushing the boundaries of realism and gameplay depth. Virtua Fighter 3 brought in multi-tiered stages and sidestep mechanics, while Virtua Fighter 4 refined the gameplay for the PlayStation 2 era, making it more accessible for new players while maintaining its technical depth. And then there's Virtua Fighter 5. Released in 2006, it took full advantage of HD graphics and introduced online play to the series for the very first time. So what sets Virtua Fighter apart? For one, it's the realism. While other fighting games lean into flashy, over-the-top moves, Virtua Fighter stays grounded in real-world martial arts. There are no fireballs or superpowers here, just skill and technique. It's also one of the most balanced fighting games. Every character is viable and success depends more on the player's mastery than any overpowered moves or exploits. That's why Virtua Fighter has always been a favourite amongst hardcore fighting game fans. Despite its legendary status, Virtua Fighter has taken a backseat in recent years. The last major release, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, launched in 2021 as a remaster of Virtua Fighter 5. While fans appreciated the update, many were hoping for a true sequel, Virtua Fighter 6. As of Friday the 13th, December 2024, Sega have not disappointed and announced that Virtua Fighter 6 will be coming, and I for one, like many of you no doubt, am truly excited by this. As you can see from the video on screen right now, it looks truly awesome. An epic game, I am sure it will be. Whilst we eagerly await Virtua Fighter 6, the competitive scene of tournaments and online communities is keeping the spirit of Virtua Fighter very much alive. Virtua Fighter's impact on gaming is undeniable. From its groundbreaking 3D graphics to its influence on an entire genre, the series has earned its place in history. So whether you're a long-time fan or new to the series, Virtua Fighter is worth celebrating. Let us know your favourite moments or characters in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you've been enjoying our content. Bye for now.